Hi, I'm Christy Nelson here with your connection and a look at what's happening in North Texas. We will start with a look at the weather. Meteorologist Adrienne Vaughn is here to help us through this dreary day.
Yeah, it's still kind of gloomy outside. The bulk of the rain has moved out.
Yeah.
So that's some good news, but we still
news.
have some spotty showers to stick with us through this afternoon. So still something that we're watching. It's still mostly cloudy skies. We will start to see some sunshine break through late this afternoon, but you can see the radar still dealing with some of that wraparound moisture here across parts of North Texas. We'll continue to look for a few additional spotty showers through this afternoon. It's pretty hit or miss in variety, so not everyone gets involved in the activity, and I do think some sunshine will happen before the day is done. As we move into tonight, temperatures will ease back into the low 50s, and this weekend, not looking too bad, at least to start. It's partly sunny, 70 on Saturday. By Sunday, we'll introduce more clouds. It'll turn windy, and Christy, by Sunday night and into early Monday, we're watching some storms move in.
All right. Thanks so much, Adrienne. People with allergies feel even worse this season. What's getting worse is the pollen count, which is happening across the state, but especially in North Texas. The Asthma and Allergy Foundation ranks the Dallas area 4th on its list of the top 2024 allergy capitals of the country, and doctors agree.
Dallas is one of the worst places in the country for pollen. There's a lot of growing stuff around. I have folks that move here from Cleveland or New York or California. They say allergies are worse in Dallas, Texas than anywhere else that I've been.
Some symptoms from allergies include sneezing, coughing, and itchy, watery eyes. The CDC says the flu has finally started to ease up across Texas, but this season is one a Fort Worth Middle School council will never forget. She and her family sat down with Allie Spilliers to talk about her close call and the challenges that still lie ahead.
And how many is it of this?
For even simple tasks,
It's frustrating at first.
Lysette Green now relies on help, though just a few months ago, she was guiding others as a Rosemont Middle School counselor. Then,
I only remember going to the nurse to get my temperature checked.
She contracted the flu.
That's the extent of what I remember of being sick.
On December 9th, Lysette's sister Shay Green called an ambulance. By the time family arrived at the hospital, the 53-year-old was on a ventilator.
The first week it was getting progressively worse, and every single day that I would go up there, they would show me her lungs. And her lungs every single day, they were getting more and more obscure.
Doctors say the flu turned into pneumonia, quickly taking down the type 1 diabetic, likely due to the immunosuppressant she takes for both kidney and pancreas transplants.
For a while they were having trouble keeping my blood pressure and my heart rate up, and they had maxed out the medication that they could give you to do those things.
They said, well, you know, we're going to run some tests, but you know, we have to think and consider all the options. And I'm going, this is a woman who has got 2 master's degrees, educated, like bilingual, fluent. Like, do you mean she may not be the same mentally? Like, she may not be able to move, or, you know, it was very scary.
But family remained hopeful, and a month and a half later, Lysette began to blink. Then she turned her head, and eventually, she began to speak. Now back home,
They have just abused my veins.
life is more difficult. For the second time, doctors say she needs a new kidney. Until then, she reports for dialysis 3 times a week. While family does what they can to rally support for Lysette's new medical costs, she remains focused on a return to her students.
I would love to be able to finish out this year with my kids.
After all, it wouldn't be the first obstacle she's overcome.
I just think about it and say God's grace is very, very real and very profound, because it looked hopeless. And that's where he specializes in things that are hopeless.
In Fort Worth, Allie Spilliers, NBC5.
We have a bittersweet update from the Fort Worth Zoo. The baby gorilla preemie, named Jamila, will be transferred to another zoo. She was born via emergency C-section. The zoo did surrogacy training with 2 other female gorillas, but that has come to an end. The details are still being worked out, but Jamila will be transferred to the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo sometime next week. Thanks so much for catching up with The Connection.